He was born in a log cabin, grew up splitting wood, and walked miles to borrow books. Yet this boy, from the humblest of beginnings, would go on to save a nation torn in two. Abraham Lincoln. The name echoes through history as the man who kept the United States united during its bloodiest war, and ended the brutal institution of slavery. But behind the tall hat and solemn eyes was a man haunted by loss, driven by purpose, and powered by a deep sense of justice. Born on February 12, 1809, in the rugged frontier of Kentucky, Lincoln was raised in poverty. His mother died when he was just 9. With limited access to formal education, he taught himself to read and write, often reading by candlelight after a day of hard labor. As a young man, he worked as a rail splitter, store clerk, and postmaster. He later studied law on his own and became a successful lawyer in Illinois. But it wasn't law that stirred his soul. It was the question of right and wrong in a deeply divided America. As tensions rose over slavery, Lincoln emerged as a powerful voice of conscience. His debates with Senator Stephen Douglas gained him national attention, not for political flash, but for moral clarity. In 1860, he was elected the 16th President of the United States. Just as the country began to unravel, Southern states seceded and civil war erupted. Lincoln faced enormous pressure from all sides: critics in the North, rebels in the South, and generals who doubted his leadership. But he held firm. In 1863, he issued the Emancipation Proclamation, declaring all slaves in Confederate states to be free. It was a moral and strategic turning point in the war. That same year, he delivered the Gettysburg Address, just 271 words. Yet it became one of the most powerful speeches in American history, redefining the meaning of democracy. Through the horrors of war, Lincoln carried the burden of unity on his shoulders. He visited soldiers, read letters from grieving mothers, and agonized over every lost life. In 1864, he was re-elected, and the war neared its end. But just days after victory was declared, Lincoln was assassinated at Ford's Theater by John Wilkes Booth. He died on April 15, 1865. The country mourned like never before. Abraham Lincoln's legacy is not just that he preserved the Union or ended slavery. It's that he showed how empathy, humility, and resolve can change history. From a log cabin to the White House, his life is a reminder that greatness doesn't require privilege, just purpose. If Lincoln's journey moved you, consider subscribing to our channel for more untold stories from history. Let's keep the light of the past burning, because through history we understand our future.